Hi, Jack. Thank you for taking this time to meet with me.
You know, I got a lot to do, so let's hurry up.
Okay, great. Well, I'll be brief. I just wanted to let you know that as of recently, I don't feel valued at this company, and therefore I'm putting in my 2 minutes.
2 minutes? It's gotta be
No,
2 weeks.
question,
It can't
Jack.
be 2 minutes.
No. Because question, when you all fire people, do you give them 2 weeks?
No.
Absolutely not. Right. You give them what?
Immediate removal.
So be happy that I'm giving you 2 minutes. Nice knowing you. Ciao.
Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into the complex world of Gen Z's work ethic and explore what's really going on, because everyone has been complaining that Gen Z's are lazy, entitled and a nonchalant generation. But are they really what everybody's making them out to be, or is just a convenient stereotype? Well, we'll soon find out. And if you find this video helpful in any way, please do not forget to give this video a like, because it helps the algorithm and it shows your support. Alright then, let's dive in.
A new study has revealed that Gen Z is the laziest and most disliked generation in the workplace. Out of 1,300 people surveyed, 74% said that Gen Z was lazy in the workplace. They hardly ever turned up to work, and when they did, they were distracted, didn't do much work at all, didn't say good morning each morning, and looked shabby and disheveled. That is some pretty scathing criticism. So what do we think? Is Gen Z actually lazy and unmotivated, or does the traditional workplace just need to get with the times and transition to a more flexible and relaxed atmosphere?
Gen Zer in their first internship can't fathom working for the rest of their life.
The original creator turned his stitches off for some reason, even though he asked a question, but I think we need to talk about this because I am a Gen Zer who got her first corporate in-office adult 9-to-5 job this year. And I was actually really excited about it because it was a marketing position in a healthcare company, so I thought it was going to be really great. And I get that the company itself ended up being horribly toxic, but I also made the decision within only 4 months of working there that if I had to do this corporate drone thing for the rest of my life, because I did the math, you couldn't retire in this economy, I just would rather clock out eternally. There were people in their 40s at the company making the same amount of money as me, still in the same struggling to get by position, and I was like, is this is it? This is life? Because I would rather just tap out right now. And I tried to keep pushing through with blind optimism, but it was so soul crushing that 9 months in, I just had to wake up and be like, hey, is this the life you want to keep living? And the answer was no, I don't want to do this. So I had to leave for my own health reasons, ironically. And I've sadly been happier doing odd jobs here and there, struggling to pay bills and just living life and having fun. And everyone keeps asking, what's your plan? What are you going to do? I don't know what the plan is, but I know if I have to go back to that corporate in-office 9-to-5, I won't be alive a year from that date. So say whatever you want about Gen Z, but we're just finally putting our foot down about this corporate lifestyle, where you waste most of your life sitting in an office doing little to nothing. I would rather just get my work done on my time and then get to go live my life. Gen Z, to their core, takes the motto, work to live, do not live to work, very seriously. And if corporations don't start understanding that, it's just gonna keep getting worse for everybody.
Here's the real reason why Gen Z doesn't want to work. Kids these days, they don't want a hard days of work at all. They just want to quit their jobs and be on social media all day long. Yeah, it's actually a lot more complicated than that. We want to quit because we're being taken advantage of, put in huge amounts of debt, and not paid properly. See, because while you were working in the 80s, your salary could actually afford you a decent lifestyle, but let me just show you the numbers. Since 1970, home prices have increased by 1,608%. If we compare minimum wages from then and now, in 2022, minimum wage is 40% lower than what it should be compared to 1970. But anyways, the same home that cost you $100,000 in 1970 costs you $710,000 now. All the while, wages have remained stagnant. Okay, sure, but that's just the way things are now. We had struggles too. Live with it. Yeah, kind of hard to live with it when college has increased by 2,000%. Tuition used to be $1,700 in 1970, and in 2020, it's about $38,000 a year. Follow for more.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, I leave here I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till 6:15 earliest, and then I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. I don't have energy to work out. That's out the window. I'm so upset. Oh said, nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9 to 5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and like people that drive to the office, like you don't get off at 5. And I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like I literally get off, it's pitch black. Like I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know. Like how do you have time for like dating? Like I don't have time for anything, and I'm like so stressed out. And I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional. But like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
Here's why I'm quitting my first full-time job. For one, we have to go into the office every day. I have to wake up at 8 so I can get into the office by 9, sometimes even earlier. 2, people always are telling me what to do. That's not how I roll. You just because you're in a position above me doesn't mean you can tell me what to do. Okay? And 3, I'm not getting paid over $100K. Yes, this is my first full-time job, but also I know my worth, and it's well over $100K, and I'm not getting that. So I'm excited to announce that I'm quitting and pursuing full-time social media influencer. Brands, if you would like to work with me, please hit me up. Thank you.
So I'm quitting my job with no backup plan. But I've done it before. I'm sitting here and I'm crying and I'm sad and I'm so fucking mad about it. But, you know, I'm back in that space of having a fucking panic because like every time I clock in, every time I have to clock in, and I genuinely hate it. I fucking hate it. And God is telling me to quit. He's telling me like I will be fine. And I'm scared. Like, I'm so afraid that I will not be okay. I will not be able to take care of myself. Because unemployment was fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I quit teaching, that shit was hard. I did not have a job for 2 months. I couldn't afford shit. But, yeah, I was making it happen. And I was by myself at that point. Like, so here's to stepping out on faith and shit. And just, like, saying fuck the Matrix. Like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I refuse. I refuse to do it anymore. I'm manifesting that something will come along or things will come along. I will always be taken care of. I will always be okay. And I think my biggest fear is feeling like I'm a burden on somebody else or feeling like other people are taking care of me. But like I take care of people in different ways. I just can't do so financially. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm such a nurturer. I'm such a caretaker, and I want to take care of people. That's the T. I want to do this for the rest of my life. But I'm always stuck doing it in places that are morally and ethically fucking bankrupt, and I can't operate in those conditions. So yeah. Here's to letting my supervisor know that on August 1st, I will be done. I'm going to give them more than 2 weeks. I'm going to give them more than 2 weeks. Because I know they need it. But August 1st, I'm out. And then we'll see what happens from there, right? Like, the future is beautiful and it is bright. And life is too short to be miserable and no thanks.
Reports show that there has been a rise of Gen Zs refusing to apply for jobs that do not clearly state what the salary is in their advertisements. And this is yet another reason why I am so glad that I am from the generation that I am from. Because why are you hiding what the salary is? It's very different when you are trying to employ the services of a freelancer. That I can understand not putting out a salary, because a lot of the time freelancers have their rate cards and you collect that and you use that and all of that. But for a job with a fixed salary that the company company knows about and the company can make public. Why are you not saying it? Why are you not mentioning it? Why do you want people to put in effort to get a job without knowing what the reward is? Wouldn't it even reduce time and stress for you when people see the salary and they go, that is not something I will accept for my skill set? And then the people who will provide their skill set for that amount will move forward so that you can finally have actual candidates that want to work with your brand at your interview. As a Gen Z, I fail to see what the secrecy is for.
Funny enough, Gen Zs are now creating different trends to help them cope with their boring work or deal with their mental health. They have bare minimum Mondays, quiet quitting, lazy get job. Seriously, you cannot tell me you don't love this generation. They're not lazy, they are creative. Because they are not good in the office does not mean they are bad or lazy people or lazy generation. They are creative generation. You can't hate them.
I recently learned about this term called quiet quitting, where you're not outright quitting your job, but you're quitting the idea of going above and beyond. You're still performing your duties, but you're no longer subscribing to the hustle culture mentality that work has to be your life. The reality is it's not, and your worth as a person is not defined by your labor.
A bare minimum Monday in your late 20s. Your third favorite part of the morning is choosing a straw. Your second favorite part is this foam pour. Oh my god. You go to your office and turn on your artificial bird sounds and try not to think about how dystopian that seems. Then you set a timer for 15 minutes and empty your brain. Now your favorite part of the morning is your little game. You were a board game kid but stopped when you got older, so now that you're self-employed, you make time for it. It's good for morale. You head to the bathroom to do arts and crafts on your face and adorn your head with your new favorite hat and bare minimum Monday uniform. You have 4 work tasks for the day, so you join a 2-hour co-working call. You get everything done way faster during these, which means you have more time to do things that aren't, work. So instead of starting on tomorrow's tasks, you wrap up work for the day. It took you years to realize that the number of hours you spend at your computer shouldn't dictate how much fun you're allowed to have outside of work. You finish up some chores that you didn't get to on the weekend because you were too busy playing The Last of Us with your live-in body double, aka your boyfriend. Then you go outside to photosynthesize by the pool because it's...
I'm a big fan of lazy girl jobs, and let me define that. A lazy girl job is something that you can basically quiet quit. Apologize for all the gross noises. She's really going on a bone right now. I honestly get a lot of comments that are like, oh, easy for you to say about quiet quitting, like I have a real job. And it's like, I get it. And also there's a lot of jobs out there where you could make like 60 to 80K, so like pretty comfortable salaries, and not do that much work and be remote. Most of them are non-technical tech roles, so I'll give you a few examples of like practical stuff here. Marketing associate, some type of account manager, as a customer success manager. That's a very good lazy girl job. So these are jobs where they're equitable, you have some type of equity, they're paying pretty well, they're paying your cost of living, right? So it's safe in that way. You're not risking your life per se, it's just safe, right? Like there's no like staying out late at night. It takes the pressure off of childcare as a whole because you have kind of this easy job that's extremely flexible, and there's no like start or end time every day. Like I worked for a job that like they never told me to work at like 9 a.m. I mean, obviously like you have to work at some point. It's very easy to take care of children. Like I had a boss who had young children and they were just a part of her working and being on Zoom. And so I think there's too much garbage on this app that's like become an affiliate marketer and quit your job and blah blah blah, and like that's just super extreme and that's not accessible for all of us. And like having a comfortable salary, having a 9 to 5 is still cool. Like that is still, there's still something very sexy to that. Having a job where you truly can exercise work-life balance and not just like start work at 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. because you have a dentist appointment. Like that's not true work-life balance. I don't want to get into that, but having something where it's more flexible and it's safe is so much easier, because I truly believe women are not meant to like live paycheck to paycheck. Like I can't talk obviously about the male experience or other genders experience. I'm female, that's what I'm going to talk about right now. There's so much to us, we're so multifaceted, and I believe that when you take away this pressure of working paycheck to paycheck in unsafe jobs or jobs that are like very laborious on our bodies, and we're just not operating at our fullest potential. And so this is available to you today by getting a lazy girl job. So I'm branding it, I'm branding that word, and I have a whole program called the Lazy Girl Job Program. And so it helps with this. Like I walk through the whole discovery of like finding your lazy girl job. What does that look like? I basically showed ChatGPT and how it can streamline the entire process, because the real thing is like you should be applying to at least 15 to 20 jobs a week. And like that can feel like a full-time job in itself when you already have a full-time job and you're already like fed up with everything. So streamline the whole process.
Let's face it, adulting is hard. I don't get why everyone is expecting Gen Zs to have everything figured out by now. When they practically grew up in a world where the rules of work is changing fast with the rise of gig economy, social media, and online entrepreneurship. Well, I think Gen Zs are making other generations rethink what it really means to be successful. And They can't stand it. So besties, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Are Gen Z is really lazy, or we are just blowing things out of proportion? Let's know in the comment section. And also, do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you find it entertaining or educating in any way. Give the video a big thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay, besties, bye for now. See you in the next video. Bye.